So my name is Medai Jimo, the team lead of Plan B Express. But this call is practically of one of our major priority of the project called EDC blockchain. Of course, somebody still asked me just today in the training, then we heard about EDC, and is it the EDC coin or ED coin of Edmark? Please, this is not Edmark coin. This is EDC blockchain. So I think I need to clarify that, and so that's why I have to let us know so that you don't think this is Edmark coin. Okay, straight away I'm going to share with us right now on this background information and why are we taking EDC blockchain, very seriously. And of course, it's not about just marketing us for just marketing's sake. It's all about telling us X, Y, Z and points and reasons for EDC blockchain. It happens that it's one of the major projects that we are piloting right now. Of course, we have been in the space of EDC, not this year, for several years. But along the line, a lot of things happened, and many of us, because of lack of understanding, and we don't know what we're doing. That's just the truth. And but thank God for so far so good. We were able to see more interactive section of EDC blockchain. But I'm going to go straight away now to the space of the EDC blockchain. Why EDC blockchain? So that I'll give you the point. And I go straight away to the EDC blockchain and the Ecrofund masternode system. And outside that, we're able to look at the structure of the EDC Ecrofund system. Okay, so please just calm down and you're going to get a lot of things, but we're not going to take too much of your time so that you can ask questions whatsoever. So you're welcome to EDC blockchain, Ecrofund masternode, and ecosystem. Why EDC? Number one, it is run on the fastest blockchain, number one. Why EDC blockchain? EDC blockchain is an ecosystem for future applications. Why EDC blockchain? EDC blockchain had a residual pattern of market structure and channel of coin circulation and control. So many persons who have been in the space of cryptocurrency can attest to this or understand. You can read more meaning to this. We said EDC blockchain and Ecrofund had a pattern of market structure and channels of coin circulations and control. Why EDC blockchain? Because EDC blockchain and in transaction is the fastest blockchain confirmation, and transaction get written in the blockchain within 3 seconds and on an average in under 1.5 seconds. That's crazy. Now, why is it that? Because EDC blockchain is run on a particular blockchain referred to as BitShares. Now, I'm going to take it straight away. Now, I'm not here to teach us blockchain technology, but just to give us background information and why some of us getting crazier about the EDC. We have different blockchain systems, Stellar Lumen, why many people talk about Stellar Lumen. Look at it now, we'll talk about Stellar Lumen is a decentralized and open database. Confirmation time, 3 to 5 seconds. Here is 3 seconds and 1.5 seconds, of confirmation of transaction. And many of you have been in the EDC blockchain and you are doing transaction when you send from your exchange platform or from EDC blockchain, one EDC blockchain to another EDC blockchain. Within a tick of an eye, the confirmation is written and is done, and that's what we mean by the transaction. And Stellar was supposed to be, since its year of establishment, supposed to be one of the strongest blockchain system, and it was announced much to take the highest rating dynamic blockchain in 2017 and 2018. So it can be enabled, it can enable thousands of transactions per second, use the Stellar conscious consensus protocol. I'm just telling us background information about the blockchain and why we're getting crazier about the EDC. So the Stellar token is called Lumen and denoted by XLM. A 100 billion XLM has already been pre-mined. So it's a pre-mined coin. So you can now see activities of the EDC. Now, the next blockchain you might want to explore, which we are not going to those things, is the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum itself is a unique that attempts to wide the blockchain as a way to correct what it designed, I believe, is a problematic part of the internet designs. So it's an application, and we call it a flexible application run on smart contract for an easy expansion bay and tolerance. So Ethereum blockchain actually adopts dApps and the smart contract and what we call decentralized app stores. So different tokens can be run. You can test with me. We have over 8,085 different tokens, pre-mined tokens that are run on Ethereum blockchain today. So that's why so many coins you are sending, you see that they are run on the Ethereum blockchain. Now let's leave that. That's not what brought us here. The blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain itself, of course, the first, okay? Of course, it's the first, which we know it was the first, and the leader of the system, however, very complex, non-tolerant, although highly secure, but not flexible. It is mostly a transactional and recorded ledger blockchain. It is distributed ledger and function for its network node. Listen, guys, why many persons, you must have read about when somebody, I think it was this guy, the Gate talked about Bitcoin may not be the best coin in the future, even though it led the way. It's just that it will be difficult for you to pass Bitcoin over and say, no, I'm not going to recognize Bitcoin. Now, I brought to you why EDC is so special. EDC is a system, is a coin that is run on a blockchain referred to as BitShares blockchain. Now, BitShares blockchain is said to be the fastest blockchain today among all blockchains of the cryptos. Now, please, when we talk about blockchain, we are not going for lecture of blockchain today, but because we talk about private and the public blockchain and hyperledger blockchain system. Now, BitShares is actually a hyperledger blockchain system. Now, blockchain implemented on an industrial grade technology focused on business, organization, or individual with amazing ecosystem, which is one of the paramount things that EDC blockchain run. And that's why it'd be difficult for EDC blockchain to run on Ethereum or Stellar or Bitcoin. Of course, you know, when anyone tells you that my Bitcoin is running on Bitcoin, my coin or my token is run on Bitcoin blockchain. If you don't know, if you don't understand very well, you could say, yeah, I think it's fantastic. That would be more secure. But first and foremost, also to know that Bitcoin blockchain is not tolerant. It does not accept any expansion base. So no coin can be run on it. The only coin that had copied verbatim the white paper of Bitcoin was Litecoin. And so that's why Litecoin have the similar characteristics of Bitcoin. Even though Litecoin was redundant for over 5 to 6 years. It may interest you to know that Litecoin has been since 2011. And but of course, stayed redundant for about 5 years as if nothing was going to happen to Litecoin. Of course, Litecoin is the one leading the market now, if you don't know. And though the Bitcoin will lead the momentum, but the indicator for the movement or the upward or downward of the market direction is dictated by the movement of Litecoin right now. So there are a lot of politics going on in Litecoin. Now, what an opportunity we have on EDC. Why? Because as an ecosystem and free market economy, based on an open source MIT license graphics technology, BitShares was launched in its existing form on 13 October 2015. And ever since, the BitShares blockchain and its dApps had been maintained and developed by workers through consensus elected via core token holders consisting of more than 30 highly skilled professionals. Listen, look at me. BitShares blockchain is a blockchain 2.0 and recorded the fastest blockchain in the space of its new plug-in narrowed on DAC. DAC simply means decentralized autonomous corporation. So everyone can run independent activities, but you must have an ecosystem, which enables two major functions. And that's one of it where EDC blockchain falls into. Functions and properties called number one, DAP, DPoS, that's delegated proof of stake, and LPoS, least proof of stake. So here is where EDC blockchain falls. So let's go straight away. I'm going to take you to the dimension of the coin market cap on the EDC. Why are some of us getting so crazy about the EDC blockchain? I'm going to take you to the coin market cap. If you have not checked and know why we get crazier about the EDC blockchain, number one, every market, every coin you are going into every day, many of us may lack this understanding anyway. Every market you are going into in the crypto space, the first thing you check is the coin at the bear market or at the bullish market? Practically now, EDC blockchain, EDC coin is at the bear market. Now, what do I mean by that? EDC. Now, if you have your computer or whatever, so you can go to your coin market cap and go to EDC. Now, quickly, I want to show you something. EDC, of course, it has a kind of coincidental, invention, as at the time of BitShares blockchain launch in 2015 was the exact time, EDC blockchain as a coin was launched as EDINA coin, and before, the conversion in 2016, and there you go. During the time of the conversion of EDC blockchain in 2016 was when EDC did what we call all-time high in 2016 to as high as $994 as at August 29, 2016. Now listen, since that time, EDC blockchain, EDC coin had been at the bear market. And what exactly do I need to do? And maybe I need to give you this scope as part of the thing I do in the EDC system. I told myself, I might not talk about the recovery of EDC to its all-time high of $994. I might not say that. What am I now looking for? I'm just looking for, in the next 1, 2, 3 years, for EDC, in the next 2 years, to do for me $1 out of $994. Why? If Bitcoin can recover from $20,000 downtrend to $2,900 and recover to 50% loss of its all-time high, then I'm not looking for EDC to recover 50% loss of its all-time high, which is this 100% minus. I'm only looking for 2% loss recovery. And if BTC can do 50%, 100%, and now upshoot a trend, which we call phenomena after the halving, then I can do EDC 2% recovery. So if EDC do 2% recovery, I have bagged $1 out of $994. Now, but am I going to fold my arms and recover? No. I'm going to be involved to accumulate the volume of EDC. Now, remember, I took you around of this. Why EDC is run on the fastest blockchain. You can read much about EDC after now, but that's not what we want to give to you, because there are training you will have here. You might not be able to have a nice sleep. So I wouldn't want anybody to have a nightmare. Now, this is it. Look at the chart of EDC. Now, EDC, I've been checked because in algorithm of every coin, listen to me, guys, in algorithm of every coin, why do we use to say the coin is going to break down or a coin is going to break up? Maybe I need to go back to this place. Let me use one example. I think in one of our forum, somebody was asking, and we said Bitcoin must pull back. Bitcoin must pull back. It's a behavior because of an interval. Why the behavior? The behavior of Bitcoin had been recorded to say, if you have sat down with somebody for 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 years, and you perhaps study his attitude, everything he does. Now, if somebody comes to you to ask you, where is this person now? 85% aggregates assurance, you'll be able to say exactly where that person is. You might not be 100% correct, but at 85%, you will be correct by high probability. Why? You understand the phenomena and the activities or the behavior of that individual. The same thing in the crypto. Look at the chart of EDC. EDC is not a volatile coin, but EDC is a trending coin. Why the trend? it trend and spike and take back and spike and take back. Now, every time EDC spike is a heavy market for everyone who have been accumulating via their LPOS system. However, EDC have run different systems in making their ecosystem very strong before now. And now coming into the EDC Ecrofund Masternode leasing called LPOS, Lease Proof of Stake, it has recorded a consolidated coin that have a high performance of consolidation. Listen, a coin is better consolidated than to pump and dump. And when during the time of consolidation in every crypto arena is referred to as farming season. And the farming season we record on EDC blockchain is the masternode system. By leasing, fold my hands, and earn my residual income. And I watch the market every spike time. I launch into the bull and make my money. I go to sleep again with my LPOS and I make much money. But is LPOS going to be available to the end? I can't say. Because once EDC crossed $10, the LPOS system may be paying you 0.5% per month. And so for a year, you may be having a staking of EDC 6% per year. Just like how we have leasing of Ethereum in some platform now, we are leasing Ethereum at 6.3% per year. We call it annualized tokens. So tokenizing of Ethereum and some coins, in fact, we have a place, a Bitcoin Cash, where we only earn 3.5% annual returns. And why? But there were persons who have gotten enough of it before now. But why are we just focusing on EDC? Number one, EDC was one of the pioneer systems after Dashcoin that had recognized the potential of masternode in mining beyond proof of works, as proof of work costs so much expenses. Let me go back here so that you understand what I'm talking about, so that we go back to how do I get involved in EDC? Can ask you a question. Now, look at it. The trend of activities in cryptocurrency right now, is what we call staking. And what staking is all about? Exactly. So staking is the process of holding funds in a cryptocurrency wallet to support the operations of a blockchain network. Essentially, it consists of locking cryptocurrencies to receive rewards. It is used in many blockchains that are based on POS, that's proof of stake, or one of its many variants. Now listen, masternode is the recorded versions of the proof of stake. Look at it. Masternode is defined as a governing hub in some cryptocurrencies network. It requires an initial collateral of tokens or a stake to operate. A node is defined as any computing device, computer, phones. Initially, EDC was leasing through decentralized masternode system where you have to hire your computer, feature your network on it. That means you are independently running the node. For now, you are running the node through what we call leasing, which is more of what we call DPoS, of delegated proof of stake. So not you running the continuous running of online network for the node to be confirming transaction, but you only delegate your volume of coins. But the more volume of coins you delegated through the node that are running, the more money you made by the return on the coin because of the confirmation of transaction. And why are you any more volume of EDC now in its mining through the masternode? Because right now, the congestion of the network is still very low. And so you can earn more money very fast in confirmation. The time is going to come, it's going to be more difficult, especially when EDC have the marketplace in the ecosystem where you can do e-commerce system. Then it's going to have more congestion. Then you are going to have what's called rise in difficulty level, and then the volume of earning will drop, but the price of EDC go up. So many people who have taken advantage now to have enough EDC will be like a whale, just like how we have many people who are whales in Bitcoin now. Being that time, you can mine Bitcoin using your laptop. So it's just for you to solve the POSI, and then you connect to the system, you run on your system, the node is run on your laptop. But right now, to mine Bitcoin is a tug of war. In fact, mining of Bitcoin with a proof of stake, I can tell you it's no longer profitable. That's just truth. A time is going to come, few people will still mine Bitcoin because Bitcoin mining is continuing to year 2140, right? And but EDC blockchain mining is to continue to the year 2040. Okay, so now a masternode in cryptocurrency, also known as bonded validator system, is a server that underpins a blockchain network. They are responsible for enabling specific services that miners under proof of work cannot accomplish. Take note of this, please. Masternode coins are cryptocurrencies that implement masternode into their protocol. I'm not going to go to more detail of this. I'm just taking you around this so that you really understand why EDC blockchain and why are you getting the volume you are getting on the leasing, because you have delegated. Before, you have to buy your system. I remember, my twin brother, popsioba.com, had to buy a laptop brand new and then connect network and spend so much money. I think he was doing it like in a place we call it Orisa. He has to be doing it like an Orisa, that he have to be servicing that mountain every time because the network, the node must be running, or else he lose money. Every time the network is switched off from his own laptop, he cannot confirm any transaction, even though he has the volumes of the EDC. It's a different thing to have the volume of EDC, and it's a different thing for your network to be running to confirm the node of the network. Once you are unable to confirm, your EDC just staying there for nothing. And so what you have been able to achieve right now is the fastest way, creating an ecosystem through the Acrophone, where you delegate your EDC coin. And that's why we're going in straight away now to the website of the EDC blockchain, which is the wallet where your EDC can be kept. If you like, you can buy EDC and keep it there and don't send it to Acrophone. That means you are not delegating your EDC to Acrophone to be using it for confirmation. Acrophone holds the responsibility of running the node and running the network to be online at all time for transaction to take place. So yours is, you are a community member who delegates your coin, into EDC Acrophone masternode system, and then you are getting paid because your coin, the volume of your coin, is part of the bonded volume of cryptocurrencies, just like you are a hedge fund. So yours, you cross your leg, but you are given a specific volume of coin you can earn based on the volume of coins you have supplied. I don't want to bunch up brain so much with this, but this is the point. This is the point. What many people don't understand, and that's what we call, the strategy of pattern Warren Buffett used. What Warren Buffett used is what we're using in EDC now. What Warren Buffett used say, be fearful while others are greedy, and be greedy while others are fearful. And we refer to that system as full principle theory. When it does not make sense, we get crazier. And then when it's now making sense, then we cash out. How? We buy the rumor and sell the news. So a lot of people will come into EDC when EDC, 1 month return on an investment of EDC is 1%. They get crazier. You know why? If EDC may be 10 cents or $1 or $2 or $3 or $10, then they get crazier. Man, I think I need to have this coin. Just like how many of us are struggling to have enough Bitcoin now? Okay, so now the spike of EDC is not volatile. It's a consolidated coin. Why? Because of its utility and ecosystem. So it's a usable coin that is available. Then it might interest you to know that EDC is not just a token in their wallet, but a tradable coins on different exchange platforms. So let's show there. You have different exchange platforms where you can trade EDC. BitZ, DigiFinex, Yobit, Bit2A, Coinbene, Yobit, Extract, BTC Alpha. I think of recent exchange platform, it was listed as something, dog, whatever. I think I don't trade it. I don't trade EDC regularly. I trade EDC. Last year, I traded EDC twice. And this year, I don't know, maybe once I'm going to trade it, I don't know. And why do I trade it? Of course, I know why I trade it. So I don't know how much the exchange platform is running. But what I'm doing on EDC now, go to the EDC back office of blockchain before you can ask your questions. And now, EDC had two different dimensions of opportunity. Please be attentive at this point, please, everybody. EDC have two dimensions of opportunities therein. It's quite unfortunate. A lot of people do not understand what it stands for. Like I was interacting with a woman yesterday or today in the morning and told me, I want to invest in EDC. How do I see it? I say it's a viable investment if you think you love it. And while somebody told me about EDC, I said, okay, fine, go ahead and invest. And now the question he was asking me, I have to tell her, madam, never invest. Learn to understand what we are talking about. Let me take you back there because I've met a lot of people. What they calculate in cryptocurrency, let alone when they come to EDC, is different. Look at what I need to let you know, everybody. Now, there's what's called cost and value. Cost and value. Now, cost is actually the money you spend to assess the value. So in cryptocurrency, your cost is actually the money you spend, either the naira or the dollar. Now, somebody is coming to EDC. Maybe he's going to spend $300. Okay? The person is going to spend $300. This $300, it's about maybe 115,000 by whatever transaction charges and everything. It's about 115,000 naira in Nigerian currency. I'm just using an instance. 115,000 naira in Nigerian currency. Now, maybe it's going to have about 35 or 40,000 EDC. Let me just use an instance. EDC. Now, he's going to be paid how many percent if he lists this EDC? He's going to be paid about 10% presently now, monthly. So it's going to record 120% annual. Okay, it's going to record 120% in a year, 12 calendar month. Now, to a layman and to a man who is going to serve paper, rather to understand value of asset, he's going to be calculating this 10% on 115,000. Somebody say error. That's a big error. He's going to be calculating this 10% on this $300. That's why such person will always love Ponzi scheme. Why? Now, the percentage is calculated on the asset and not the cost of buying the asset. But many persons, what they calculate is percentage on the cost of the asset. When you calculate percentage on the cost of the asset, you get discouraged. Say 10%. Now, if there's volatility, the price of the coin come down or drop up, now he's going to tell me, hey, I don't think I can do it. 10% of $300 is $30. I don't know. That's something about nature. And he's going to be calculating that. So it means $30 every month is what I'm going to be earning. No. You're going to be earning 10% or whatever is the volume of EDC, this $300 bought. Now, this guy, apart from this 10%, this guy, you have been paid volume. Let's say it's 30,000 EDC you have leased. 30,000. 10% is 300 or 3,000 or something. 10% is 3,000. These 3,000 have capacity within that month to have grown up to 200%. So, like what happened last 2 months, or November, December. EDC outgrew BTC in 5 days, 578%. Now, whatever volume of EDC they've paid me on 10%, it has outgrown BTC value by 578% at that time. But to a layman, he's busy calculating these costs rather than calculating the asset. Please, I think I just need to give us this background information so that when you meet people or whoever that must have invited you to this Zoom, why is it so crazy about EDC? It seems more light, it seems more future, and it's accumulating it. He said, I cannot be a whale in BTC again, but I should not miss out of being a whale in EDC. And what is the best way of getting to being a whale in EDC? Is for me to have enough volume of EDC. By how? By accumulating it in the leasing and then the structure of residual. I tell people in the next 3 years or 4 years, if you don't have up to 5 million or 10 million EDC, and you heard about EDC, I will not accept your greeting. because everything in cryptocurrency is not an investment. Everything in cryptocurrency is an opportunity. And what's an opportunity? You only invest in an opportunity. And if it has to do with opportunity, time is of great essence. So I just show you this calculation that when they will tell you that you are investing $300 as the minimum investment in EDC, 115,000 naira in Nigerian currency, and whatever volume of EDC that money will buy is the 10% of that you are earning on monthly basis. Thank God they pay you daily, and accumulated volume of it is 10%. But thank God some of us are earning 12% of the 10% you are going to be earning. Anybody who is starting today now is going to be earning 10%. But some of us are earning what? 12%. Then the time is going to come, some people are earning 11%. So the time is going to come, some people will earn 5%. Why time will come, some people will earn 1%. Can I tell you? Everybody that's still earning 1% will jubilate. Why do I put my Ethereum in a place that I'm earning how many percent per month? I'm earning, no, not per month, per year, I'm going to earn 6.3%. But I kept my Ethereum there. So, but there was a time where we bought Ethereum at $5. So let's go. Now, I go back to the EDC blockchain. This is the first thing I need to show everybody. Either you are old or you are new. I tell everybody one of the best secrets that you can adopt, one of the best secrets you can adopt in cryptocurrency is to always be ready to be a live student. And a live student is conscious at every opportunity is settled down to learn. Now, many of you now who are starting today, you're not going to earn 120 EDC per day, which accumulate up to how many thousand? 3,600 EDC per month. So that means in a year, in 12 calendar months, I'm going to earn, with this account, I'm going to earn about 43,000 plus EDC on accrual. This account has been leased since 26th of March last year. 26th of March last year. And so it's earning 120 EDC every day. So in a month, it's going to earn 3,600 EDC. So 3,600 EDC, all right, multiplied by 12 months, that will give us about 43,000, let go. Okay, that will give us about, so it's a 3,600 EDC multiplied by 12. It's going to give us 43,200. But you, if you are starting right now, you're going to earn 3,000 EDC per month multiplied by 12. Congratulations, you're going to earn 36,000 EDC. So we may not be made any longer with that volume of EDC. Somebody have taken advantage before 1st of October last year. Everyone who leased EDC before 1st of October last year, maybe you were told before 1st of October last year that you were dangling about the whole thing. Then the person is earning 43,200 EDC in a year per 30,000 EDC, for instance. Or you're going to earn 36,000 EDC in a year. And now, what am I calculating? If this EDC at the end of the year hits just 10 cents, that goes 0.1 EDC. So that means you have 3,600 EDC, $3,600, as the case may be. And then you now calculate how much have you invested. Please remember, the EDC you have leased, even if it's $300 worth of EDC you have leased, is your own coin. After your contract 1 year, rolled back the second year, is returned back to you. And one of the fantastic things, every of us that have been in the previous plan of 12%, 11%, some of you that will be on 10% now, even if EDC dropped to 5%, your own rolling activity is going to be on the previous percentage you were on, 10% continually. So while somebody is taking 1% per month, you take 12% per month out. While somebody is taking 12% per year, because 1% per month, you are taking 12% per month. So what somebody is going to earn in a year is what you will earn in a month. But what differentiates you and that person, you were foolish enough to have started while he was doing over-analysis that actually lead to paralysis. So to cut the long story short, this is the EDC blockchain. Now I'm going to open, how do we open EDC blockchain? And I have told you This is the place that hold your coin that you have not engaged. Any coin you kept here is not engaged. Like, look at this coin now, 10,363 EDC. It's a waste here because it's not leased, it's not engaged. Maybe I want to add up to lease because I add up more coin and create more new account, because I don't want to be saying, oh, I will have created 40 account when EDC, was still leasing at 10%. Now they are leasing at 2%, and I want to create 40 account. It doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, you were there at that time. It's just procrastinations and lack of understanding about the whole project. So EDC blockchain is where the coin is kept. Either you are in Equifund or not, you can open an EDC blockchain and create an account and buy EDC from exchange platform and keep it there without doing anything with it. But consciously, EDC say we present two opportunities for you. Number one, the ROI investment pattern, where you lease a volume of EDC, and on daily basis, you are getting paid that volume, an accumulated percentage in a month. Going forward for now is 10%. So if you lease, like a man we saw in our group, I think it was last week, where we saw somebody lease about 25 million EDC. We became like an accountant who count people's money that they don't hold. We were now counting what percentage this man will be earning in a month. So we now say this man straight away, he will be earning 2.5 million EDC every blessed month. So because he leased 25 million EDC. So every blessed month is going to be earning 2.5 million EDC. Now, even if it's very stupid, a stupid one, he's just wasting it. Remember, the 25 million EDC he bought and kept is there for him, because that's what we call masternode. This is not like mining of where you put in all your money, you bought Bitcoin. I remember in one of the mining we did, and then to register with $3,500, the Bitcoin it consumed was 5.2 BTC. Okay, now it would have been better it was leased on a masternode system, where they will even just pay me 10% in a year. They're going to pay you 10% in a year of 5.2 Bitcoin. It's some reasonable fraction of Satoshi they're going to pay you. At the end of the year, the total money you earn, because you have invested in the mining, the total money you earn, it by fiat value, it actually went up to about $15,000. We were jubilating. Oh man, we've made money because we invested $3,500. Oh man, in 1 year we earned $15,000. Me and my twin brother were jumping and jubilating, and flexing and happy. But when we came back and understood our slumber, we discovered that 5.2 BTC by $20,000, what we should have is we should still have 5.2 BTC, number one. We should still have 5.2 BTC, number one. And if we had leased it in a masternode, 5.2, all right, 5.2 multiplied by 0.1, that's about 0.52 BTC as our profit at the end of the year. And remember, this 5.2 BTC that time was $3,500. And so at the end of the year, the BTC 0.5 multiplied by $20,000. Multiplied by $20,000. That is about $10,400. Only that fraction will have given us almost close to that 15,000 we're jubilating. Now go back to our seed. That is the essence of masternode and leasing or proof of stake. The coin you lease is your own. And when the contract is over, you remove your coin and still sell it at the prevailing rate. Now, Bitcoin was $20,000. There we are, we have bought and invested in the mining. So multiply by $20,000. That is about $104,000. Meanwhile, we got 15,000, we dance and say, wow, this is fantastic, we make insane money. Unknown to us that only the seed, only the profit should have get close, to that within 1 year, and we still have access to our capital. So that is exactly you are doing on EDC, because the EDC you've leased is still your coin. And after your contract, you still have your coin. And that's what we mean by leasing. So here we go. I've leased coin and I'm getting paid on daily basis. Cumulatively in a month, going forward now is 10%. So that means in a year, 120% of your asset. not of your fiat value. Now, second space of EDC is the residual income. Here is the ROI, performance, which is passive. You do nothing, you buy the EDC, you lease it, and you go to sleep. Now, the second thing you have is the Ecroform masternode itself that run what we call a structured network. Now, what is a structured network? It's not a network of when I sign up somebody, they pay me a referral bonus. No. EDC blockchain and ecosystem created a structure where you lease your coin, even only you leasing your coin. You can lease your coin in many accounts, like the man who leased 25 million EDC. Of course, 25 million EDC must have created over 1,000 accounts. And that 1,000 account must have made level 1 to level 4 or 5 of Ecroform ecosystem. And what exactly has the man done? He's going to be earning the ROI of the passive earning from the confirmation of transaction. And that's number one. That one comes 10% every month. Then he's going to be earning every total earning, the additional account earned, is going to be earning on the structural residual income, which means 10%, 8%, 7%, 6% downward to whichever level on monthly basis from the accruer. So let me log in, please. Invariably, when you come into EDC blockchain, you have two websites you have access to. The first one is the EDC blockchain back office itself. The second place is the Ecroform. Once you have leased your coin, you have an account that is featured here. So let me log in now to this place. Please, for some of us who are new, it might sound so strange to us. Just settle down and ask questions. Don't think the question you ask is too foolish. Ask it anyhow you feel, and then we'll give you an answer back. All right. So here we go. Now on the Ecroform, it's another place. It's another place where you earn daily accrual from partners. What do we mean by daily accrual? Look at this account. This account is linked to this EDC blockchain. The moment you open the EDC blockchain and you lease, it's connected to the Ecroform. Remember, you are using what we call delegated proof of stake, which EDC is on lease. So you lease your coin via Ecroform on their masternode, and they are paying you percentage based on the volume you lease. So for this account, for instance, lease 30,000 and is earning 120 EDC every day. So in a month, the total EDC this account will earn in a month on ROI is 3,600. So in a year, a 12 calendar month, is going to earn 43,200. It may interest you to know that when this account leases this 300 or 3,000 or 30,000 EDC, possibly, I'm not sure this account spend more than 100,000 naira to buy it. Now, this example I showed us here, if I have spent 100,000 naira or 115,000 naira, let's use that. If I spend 115,000 naira to buy EDC and lease, and let's say it's 30,000 EDC actually lease, 30,000 EDC, all right, by 10% is 3,000 multiplied by 0.1. Okay, is 3,000 times 6 months, so the first half. Okay, that is 18,000. Now, I'm not saying, am I going to sell my EDC every month? That means I'm very stupid. I sell my EDC at a targeted time. And what is the targeted time? That's when you come back here to see the chart I showed you here. This chart here I showed you about this volatility. Let's go here. About this volatility. Let's get it here. Okay. I sell my EDC coin at this point. Bam, bam. Okay. So that means last year I sold EDC twice. Why? How? I leased some EDC when one EDC was 24 Satoshi. For some of us who are in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you should know what we call Satoshi. 24 Satoshi leased EDC. 24 Satoshi. And it has accrued for 6 months. Now, what we have accrued for 6 months, 18,000. Now, when you lease the coin, it was 24 Satoshi. Now, when you want to sell the coin, it is now 71 Satoshi. By 24 Satoshi alone, because that 18,000 you've gotten is more than 50% of your asset you lease, all right? It's more than 50% of your asset you lease. Now, 24 Satoshi, all right, so it's, let's say 71 Satoshi divided by 24 Satoshi is about 2.9. That is 2x, almost 3x. That's about 295%. So 295% plus 50%, you have done about 300 and something percent of your asset. Then I can cash out that half and take care of myself. But if I have understanding, I will now tell myself, hey, Felix, you need to be wise. Why do I need to be wise? Can I wait to see EDC when it's about 10 cents? Yes. Okay. 18,000 EDC multiplied by just 10 cents, 0.10. That is $1,800. $1,800 multiplied by 360 or 365 Naira, whatever. So that's about 657,000, or let's just say 600,000. How much was invested? I invested just 115,000 Naira. Now, assuming, oh, Felix is too bogus, EDC wouldn't have gotten to that place as fast as possible. But remember, myself, I'm accumulating EDC targeting $1. So that 2% out of the recover of the total loss before. So $1, that's what my target, first target. The second target, $10. The third target, $100. And the fourth target, $500. When? I don't know. Maybe the first target, 2021. The second target, 2023. The third target, 2024. Then the fifth target of $500, then 2025. Now, if that happens, and I have 5 million EDC, don't think it's not possible, because we have seen people who invested $100 in different coins and make $1.4 million in 6 months. And that's happened, and it can happen anywhere. So if that is the case, I have this volume, and then I can multiply it. And then I can say, okay, let it not get to that point. If EDC is just at 1 cent, it now says 0.001. Am I correct? Or something like this. 0.01 multiplied by 18,000. Okay? So that's $180 of the 6 months. I'm just using an instance. I'm just calculating for you. If that is the case, multiply by 360 or thereabout and all of that. 64,000 Naira, 800 Naira. And now listen, this is accrual on just your listen. And then I have my account there. So let's move forward. EDC blockchain. You have seen the EDC, the blockchain system where you list your coin. Now, this is the Ecrophone, where the running of the activities happen. So you see two different things here. 120, that is ROI on the coin list. 1,225 daily, that is accrual from the additional account. Why? EDCs have what we call 3x10 structure matrix that you can earn residual accrual. And what is the residual accrual? We have from 1 level to 10th level. The first level is EDC said, oh, you want to list your account? Can I list 10 accounts? Like some of us have 10 accounts. Some people have target. I have a person who is target now is to have about 150 accounts, and which some of us have done, like maybe some of them, we are just coming up, okay? And some of them have done about 40 accounts. Some have done 50 accounts. Now, that is an advantage. Doing 40 accounts, it means that I can grow my structure of additional earning from level 1, level 2 to level 3. And what does that mean by level 1? You have free direct structure or partners that lease coin directly in your front line. Without your front line, then everything they earn per month or as they earn accrue every day, you are paid 10% of their own accrual. Then level 2, you are paid 8%. Level 3, you are paid 7%. I don't want to go into that so much. But just use this, for instance, look at this account. Its own coin that it leased was 30,000. Every day is going to be earning 120. But accrual from partners is 1,225. Now, if that is the case, in a month, how many EDC can this account earn? Look at it over here. Both with the residual, that's the residual, 1,225 EDC multiplied by 30 days. So this account have capacity to earn 36,750 EDC in a month. So what you will earn in your yearly accrual on 30,000 is what this account will earn in a month. So in a year, this account will earn multiplied by 12. So it has capacity to earn 441,000. If Felix is not stupid, can I preserve this coin? What's the best way of preserving this coin? Pack it again and release it so that it will be working. There's no point me keeping this now and say I'm waiting for the price when it gets to $1. No, I will engage it. As soon as I engage it, it will multiply more. But assuming I just kept it, waiting for that $1, that means I have potential of $441,000 kept somewhere waiting for me. Now, but it will interest you to know that this account is just a little account that's earning little by little. We have a lot of people in Nigeria now. We have people who are earning total accrual with residual and on the ROI earning over 45,000 EDC per day. So 45 EDC per day multiplied by 30 days. That's about 1.350 million. 1,350,000 EDC. Worst case scenario, if EDC is at 10 cents multiplied by 0.1, 10 cents is just a little thing to achieve. That means the person potential monthly is earning about $135,000 in a month multiplied by 360 naira. That means this person is earning about how much? That's unbelievable. There's one. There's two. 48 million naira in a month. But sometimes some money we call here, sometimes I'm afraid to call it. That's the truth. Sometimes I just believe that people we're talking to, because this is not a hype, guys. It's a silent killing millionaire. Somebody called me. I don't know, maybe the person is on call tonight. He called EDC blood money. That's what he called EDC sometimes. And no much person know about it. Everybody that's making money in EDC is just making it quiet, silent, and do his thing without telling anybody. So whoever that must have invited you to this Zoom, I think the person will love you. That's the truth. And so that is EDC on the structure. So you earn both on your ROI and residual on accrual. Now somebody want to ask me, Felix, how do I join EDC? Simple. To join EDC is simple, and to create an account in EDC is simple. I normally tell people you do not need to hit your head in creating an account in EDC. It's very simple. Whoever that must have invited you, when you get back to him, he tells you, hey, go and open an account in EDC. Remember, I told you, it is not compulsory to have your money from EDC to be leased. You can just buy EDC and keep in your EDC blockchain. This is EDC blockchain. The first thing you must take to understand is that if I'm creating an account in EDC, number one, please, you must create an account. Let's say I want to create an account. This name you see is that a username. It must be all true in small letter. This is Plan B Express, and must be a consonant. And so with that, you have to ensure that you add at least number or dash or whatever. So I add 32. It takes it. But if I just put small letter, it's not going to take it. So some of you have a counter, must have a counter that say, what the hell is this? And then, so it's actually that. Now, you can put capital letters and then put this, small combined with capital letters. Maybe I said, it's starting, I say Plan B, something like this. Capital, all right? Say Plan B, and I put, see, it's not taking it. So all have to be in small letters. So Plan B Express, so Plan B Express or 32. Then I put a password, okay? Somebody is following, I just spoke. Okay, I'm rounding up now so that you have a question, you can go ahead and ask. So I create, I put a password and ensure the password matches. It's telling me it does not match now. And so let me just create, because I need to experiment it. And so that after now you get into action straight away. And it's very simple, but you must be meticulous while doing it, okay? Something called brain key. Please, I beg you. Number one, don't transfer your brain key through your email. Please don't do that. Especially some of you that use your email for so many things. They sent one thing, you click. They say, do this, you click. Stop clicking. Your email is very, very vital. Once hacker get in touch with your email, everything they explore there. So now I click create. Simple. Now, when I click create, it's trying to create EDC wallet for me. Somebody is now asking, hey, Felix, you have not collected a link. I don't need a link. Now, I'll tell you where it's important to use a link. Now, I've created EDC. It's asking me of my password. It asks you for your password. Then you put the password. It says show brain key. Please, at this point, be very careful. Copy this brain key. Copy it, save. Go to your notepad. Just ensure that you copy it, save. Go to your notepad or wherever you want to keep it. I'm not keeping a record of this because I can't be creating EDC blockchain now and giving it to the public. Okay, so go to your notepad. So let me just say I put it here. Okay, go to your notepad and keep your brain key. After creating it and putting in your notepad, ensure you have a journal. You have a journal, and this is your journal. Keep all the record of your brain key there. Please write it out. I have about 3 accounts that is locked down with 30,000 EDC now that I don't know. But I told my twin brother I must get it. You know why? If EDC is $10 and I have 30,000 EDC times 3, that's $90,000. 90,000 EDC multiplied by $10. Do you know what it is? My brain will work well. By the time I'm calculating 30,000 times 3, that's 90,000. And 90,000 multiplied by 90,000 multiplied by 10, that's crazy. That's about 90,000 multiplied by 10. That's about $900,000, if I'm not mistaken. 90,000 multiplied by 10. That's about $900,000. That's almost $1 million. My brain will work well. So here I've created the EDC blockchain. Look at it. Plan B Express 12 is created. Now listen to me, guys. Many a times, after you have created it, you need to buy EDC. But before you buy EDC, you have created it, you need to link the account, because if you look at it, this account now is just a free account, nothing is linked with it. I need to link this account with Ecroform. Now, what am I going to do? At this point, you have 2 ways. The first way is either you fund the EDC here straight with the volume that is required, and you go ahead to lease, right? You go ahead to lease, and when you are leasing, there you go. Please look at what I want to do here now. You go ahead to lease, and you say lease, you say yeah, and I want to lease, let's say, I want to lease 30,000. I just want to use so that you get to know 30,000, and then 12 months, you can see it's 10%. I click on lease. Now, if I click on lease here, go here. I just hope it not change this plan. Okay, let me refresh it, everybody. Okay, I think it's still working, but I just want to show you 2 ways, 2 dimensions. So I click on lease, just compute it, okay, and then I move ahead and click on lease. Okay, now look at it. It shows name, password, email, and all of that. At this point, repeat that name on your EDC blockchain. This is Plan B Express 32. Plan B Express 32. All right, 32. Now, password. Okay, of course, create your password. Okay, then confirm it. Confirm your password. Okay, email. Now, for some of us who have many accounts, use Gmail. You don't need to start opening so many emails. Use Gmail. Like myself, my email, fmfmcool. So I don't need to open many emails. I just say fmfmcool plus 32@gmail.com. I hope somebody is getting the secret. Then you do that. Now, at this point, it's very essential here. You now need to take your partner's account. Maybe it's Plan B Express 1. Please don't go and repeat this when you are listening. Get back to the person who referred you at this point. Maybe it's Plan B Express 1. Then you now type it. Please don't skip, and please don't leave it empty for the system to assign you. If you do that, you're your own. You'll be out away from the community, and the person is helpless to help you. Once you have leased it, you lease the coin without collecting the username of the person who actually invited you. You have missed, you are out of the community. So let's say it's Plan B Express 1 or Popsi Oba 1, for instance. Popsi Oba 1. Popsi Oba 1. Okay? Sorry, Popsi Oba. Sorry. So maybe it's Popsi Oba 1, then you go ahead. Or it's Popsi Oba 1, or it's Anthony 1, or it's Jacob 1, or it's whoever, whatever is the person. Then you put it, then you click on register. At this point, it take and register your account successfully on Necrophone and ask you to continue. You continue, you say successfully register, and then you say you are listing this volume of EDC. Confirm, you confirm. But at this point, I want to go back to the second dimension, which most cases many people use. And what is the dimension? This is the dimension I want to take you to now. Now, you have open EDC, but if you look at it, you now need to create your Necrophone account. At that point, guys, at that point, you need the link of the person who invited you. So when you take the link, look at it, I'm copying this link now of this account, for instance. You need the link of the person who invited you. Say, please send me your Necrophone link. There you go. Then you have to now go to necrophone.com. Then paste the list, the link of the person, open account. Now I'm going to open an account now. Got it? I'm going to open an account now. So sign up. By default, the person's account is here, EDC blockchain account of the person. So I go enter your name. So which I'm going to use Plan B, okay? Plan B Express 32, okay? Plan B Express 32, right? And then I put my email FMFMcool plus 32 at gmail.com. There we go. I put my password. Please be attentive here because you may make mistake if you don't follow this step now. Then I click on register. The account is registered successfully. All right? As the account is registered successfully, at this point, you need to link your EDC blockchain with this, your Necrophone. What do you need to do? You need to have at least one EDC. So let me go to another account and send EDC here. Let me go to this guy, or EDC blockchain, and send to EDC. That's Plan B Express, all right, 32. To EDC, send to it. Ask him of my password because this thing has been inactive for some time. Then I send to EDC. All right. Now, can you see? It has landed. It doesn't take any time. It has reflected. 2 EDC is already here. What superb. This is crazy, guys. Hey, doctor, these UK people, code no catch your hand. These UK people. So now let's go. I'm going to link this account. What exactly am I going to do? Go to the profile. Click on the profile, okay? Then scroll down to see wallet. So you're going to enter Plan B Express, all right, 32. And what you do, click on save. Now, it brought up this. Please don't close this page. Copy this memo, okay? Go to the EDC blockchain. Then initiate sending. All right? Now, you see this is the address. And what I have copied is memo. Paste the memo here. Go back again, or you can type it, but sometimes you can copy it verbatim so that even if they are pursuing from village, you can bypass them. One of the greatest witches that is higher than the witches in the village is the witches of blockchain. The witches in the village don't understand it's another level of witchcraft to them. So you can just have to like hypernate their eye to it, then you paste it. Now you send one EDC, all right, to link this account. If not, it's not going to be active. Then you click on send. So please be very careful while you are doing it. Ensure you do the proper thing. Ensure the proper thing is done. So I haven't done this, click what? Done. So after a while, it's going to synchronize. How do I mean? It's going to synchronize after a while because you click on save, it's here. After a while, when you come back, it's going to synchronize that you see the wallet. It's already linked properly. So that when you now want to list the volume of your EDC, it's simple. The account is already linked. Then you just send 30,000 EDC. Okay, so there we go now. You want to list, you just send 30,000 EDC and then, or whatever volume of EDC, then you click list. Let's say I'm listing 30,000. The account is already linked, for instance. And then there I go. Then let me see when the synchronization has been done. For some time, it just takes for a few minutes. Oh, it's done. Perfect. Can you see? It's already saved. Saved. So it's already there. Now I go back and click on EDC and then click on list. There we go. You're going to see something now. See, by default, it has synchronized the wallet that the Acrophone account of this person has been created, and I want to list this volume. Bam, you click on confirm. But remember, you have to collect the link of your hire partner. That is the person who invited you, because it's structure, and then you need to understand how the structure works so that we work together as injury to one is injury to all. So ladies and gentlemen, and right now, how do I get started? What do I need? What is the minimum amount to get started in EDC? This is where we go. How much do I need to get started? We have 5 different packages in our team right now, because we're actually very seriously moving towards something big. If you miss out from this phenomena, sorry. If you miss it out, sorry. I've been telling people, I've not seen a platform where you can cheat like cryptocurrency. And I've told a lot of people, so many persons have not really understood. I told people that it is not people who are continually or consistently be on laptop or on system that are effective people in crypto. No, don't think so. The people who are doing phenomenal in the crypto industry, they are informational traders. They are not over professional traders. Please, I've met people who were blabbing. I met a guy, I was telling him, say, all these things, I do my EMA, exponential moving average. I let him spread his ignorance enough. And he told me, by the time you have to check the candlestick and all of that, please, I need to let you know I'm a trader. I trade crypto. I still trade EDC. That's one of the advantage many of us in this community are going to have. After you start, we have a way to still show you when and what time and where should you push your EDC for a momentum where there's momentum spike, you sell and come back and buy low again. And so he told me everything. I said, listen, guy, everything you are calculating on candlestick was the action of a man that has happened before now. Every candlestick that moves is the reactions of people in the marketplace. That's the forces of demand and supply. There's nothing that surpasses it. Before you calculate the candlestick, somebody have already collected the light. So it's not about the candlestick, it's not about the EMA. And I told people in crypto, this is not Forex. Forgive me. Let me flog doctor here. This is not Forex trading. Now, some of you who have traded Forex, you sat down, a lot way, Poland, Japan, Doji, it has formed this. I short how long? I say, what are you shorting? What are you longing? What we are looking for is financial freedom. What do you mean by short long? We have people who are doing phenomena. They don't know up to what to know, but they are making insane money in crypto. We call them informational trader. They hook into opportunity. That's full principle theory. While you are sleeping, while men sleep, both good and bad happens. The wicked one sow a bad seed. So if you are a smart one, if you are awake, if you see you are awake, you will leave your farm and go and plant to another person. That's what it means. While men slept, It's when many things. So people want to take charge of the next day they are in charge. So what we have, these are the packages we have. Please, these are the packages we have. We have basic pack, $300, about 15,000 naira. We have hard block, $600, about 230,000 naira. Platinum, $900, about 335,000 naira. For now, block pack, about $1,200, which is 660,000 naira. Jumbo pack, about $3,900, which is about 1.5 million naira. Then we have super pack, 12,000 naira, which is about 4.6 million naira. All these packs, if you do the first pack, you only have one account of EDC. If you have this, you have two accounts, which is half of a block. If you do this, you have three account segment. That means there's something you are missing out. From this block pack, you're already earning in two sides. Earning your residual, earning your ROI, and residual. The residual is 10% of the accrual, 10% of the daily accrual or monthly accrual of the three additional accounts. How do I mean? Each of the three additional accounts is earning maybe, let me just say 3,000 EDC, multiplied by 3, which is close to 9,000 EDC. For instance, 10% of it is goes to 900. That means if you're on this, you are earning both ways, both your ROI, you are earning your ROI, and at the same time, leverage residual. Okay? So, leverage residual. So this continue as long as, as long as the listing continues. So it's not about you're looking for people, hey, let people come and join me. If they want to join you, let them join. If they don't want to join you, for me, I'm very silent. So I don't motivate the unmotivated people. I talk to people who I know that they know what they're looking for. And so that's exactly what's happening. So if you are on block, then if you're on Jumbo Pack, that means you have been able to do level 1 to level 2. You cover level 1 to level 2. That is, Jumbo is about one account to 13 account. 1 to 13 account. That's about 13 account. So you cover level 1, level 2. Yeah, 1 on top, then 3 below in front line, which is 4, and 9 under that 3 each, which is 9. 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is equals to 12 plus 1 is equals to 13. Then if you do super pack, then that means you're doing about 40 account, which is level 1 to level 3. So level 1, your account on top, then level 1, right? Level 1 is equals to 3, and then level 2, okay? Level 2 is equals to 9, all right? It's equals to 9, and then level 3, right? Level 3 is equals to 27. So altogether, 27 plus 3 is equals to 30, plus 9 is equals to 39, plus 1 is equals to 40. That's a super pack. Then you can do multiple or super pack. So it all depends on what exactly you want. So thank you very much, everybody. So you had the questions and all of that, and then you can ask, and I have able and more than capable, plywood and sawdust, in the house. Doctor is available. Can send you, if you ask too many questions, he will send you code. And that's what he will do. He just bring the code happening over there and send to you. So thank you very much, everybody. Yeah. For anyone who must have invited you to this call, I think the person really value you passionately, and that's why he deemed it fit to, get you invited to come and, see what's happening in the EDC blockchain. Thank you very much. My name again is Steve Felix Medai-Sejimo, the team lead of Plan B Express, and then we are moving a phenomena. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Felix. You have done a very good job. Thank you. If you have questions, please go ahead and then ask your questions. I don't know if Mr. Edward is on the call. You should please indicate or mute, and then let's know if you are on the call. Okay.
Please, if you have a question, please just indicate so that we can attend to your questions, please.
Hello, it's actually Ella, not Edward.
The what?
This is Ella,
Okay,
not Edward.
Okay, you're
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I had a couple of questions which I'd asked earlier to Popsioba. Um, I'm new on this platform, and for me, it's quite very technical. I just wanted to know more about the EDC, what the fund is used for, and I think I would need to do further investigation to understand more with Popsioba. But for me, it's more like when you lease the fund, what do they use it for? And then, so at the end of the day, you can say this is one tangible thing it's used for. And then you can also broaden your horizon. That's just my question.
Okay, Felix, can I have a go?
Okay, sorry, let me. Did you start this class with us?
So initially, when I joined, I couldn't hear, but later I could hear midway. So I'd lost lots of information from start.
No wonder. Okay, doctor, you
Yeah,
want to?
that's exactly the reason why that question is actually coming up. I was actually coming to that.
Yeah.
It's because you were not hearing us. Because all that the thing is being used for, everything was being discussed. But then I think Safari can really do a recap, and Dr. Demi is there to do, justice to that question also. Thank you.
All right. So, okay, doctor, you want to say something, doctor?
Yeah. I think the simplest way to explain it to a layman is to think of it like treasury bills.
Yeah.
Do you know treasury bills, Ella?
I know about treasury bills, yes.
Okay. So treasury bills are used to support economies and to maintain a steady flow of a currency for that particular country. It also helps the government to fund their activities, at the same time paying you a dividend for supporting them and supporting their currency. So if we flip it, EDC and leasing is like doing the same thing, only now you are doing it electronically. So some of the things you missed at the beginning was how digital currencies are being generated. And Mr. Felix talked about 3 generations of software, not software, but applications or infrastructure that cryptocurrencies have relied on up till now. We had the traditional Bitcoin blockchain, we had the Ethereum blockchain, and now we have this BitShare blockchain, which EDC works on. In each of those generations, you could have put in your funds to mine the currency, meaning you take part in the production of the currency and you get paid for your efforts. But instead of doing that directly now, you lease your currency to a bigger machine, let me use that word, who does the mining on your behalf and pays you. So instead of you driving a Uber car, for instance, if you wanted to do a Uber business, you give it to a driver and the driver does returns for you. It doesn't really matter who he carries as long as he brings the money at the end of the day. So, but in this case, you know what the money is being used for. The money is being used to generate more and to maintain the network of the currency. Don't forget that this is a network-based currency. So it's not tangible, it's all electronic. And the currency itself exists as long as that network exists. So part of the work of mining, leasing, proof of stake, and all that is to ensure that the network continues. I hope I've been able to help you with.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'm clearer now. It's clearer now, sorry.
Yeah, that's good. Congratulations, huh?
My rest questions will go to Popsioba one-on-one. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, any more questions? Anybody?
No problem.
Yeah, any more questions? Please feel free to ask questions. And I will say this, please. In the space of cryptocurrency, everybody is still a student for life. Like myself, I'm a live student to cryptocurrency. You know, it's in an emerging environment. And that's why a lot of complicated things will be happening. And going forward, you're bound to lose, make, and all of that. But I will repeat this. it's better to lose by lust than to lose by miss. Every opportunity you miss that, I was there, I would laugh, it doesn't solve it. My style in this space is a style of Esther. If I perish, I perish. I have discovered a lot of things in traditional or conventional business. When you crash, that's why we have what we check some factors in research we've done about the rise and fall of traditional small scale business in Africa, in Nigeria. You see a lot of factors, and a lot of people was like, if I'm doing my physical business. I was chatting with somebody in my office last year, and he came. I think he did business. I think because my wife is a woman evangelist, so was doing woman evangelist to a lot of people around her. Dude, can't you come to cryptocurrency? I said, madam, you are too emotional about this business. This is not a business to beg people about, man. This is a business to do what we call shomeluya. What do you do? The best revenge to any fight is result, because result terminates insult. There is nothing you're going to tell anybody who does not know where he's going to. Like me, financial gorilla is chasing me, and you are dragging with somebody whose financial mosquito is chasing. It doesn't match. And so I said, leave this person. He's going to get it later. And over and over, and the person, the person was just able to come in. The person was just able to come in, and I think he put in some money. And unfortunately, I don't know the platform he put in money. And then the money got lost. And I was like, that's my money. The house rent and all that. I told to my wife, I don't talk to this type of people in this business. And to them, they look at it. The most risky business they think is online. But they don't know the worst business that is so risky is physical conventional business. Especially in the presence of where you have those big boys and bad boys, the legalized and delegalized guys, the tax collector and the one that is subsidiary. And you just see that you are working for all of this. And so at the end of the day, he left. And after like 1 year, and they just saw surprise and were like, man, I want to learn crypto now. I said, why will you learn? It's risky. He said, no, this. Now, the physical business he was doing, he was duped. So that all the whole money was gone. All the money was gone. He was like, where will I start? I said, do you know what? It is in internet, it's in crypto that you can cheat. You can lose all, and you start from nowhere, and you get all. I can bet with you. And so, but if it's physical business, once you have lost the structure, that is the infrastructure to start with, the man is collapsing emotionally. And at the end of the day, I said, don't worry. It's an emerging environment. There are things you will never understand right now. It is when you are involved, you learn, because it's like school of pilot. You have to carry the aircraft before you say you are. You don't just learn the lecture. You have to carry the aircraft. You must fly somebody, co-pilot. You must fly somebody. If you fly and you hear go, then you can even press horn in the sky. So these are issues. And it may take the next decade for the majority of people to get involved in the space. But at that time, we have much of users and not whales and not major people who can say, put their hands in their chest and say, this is what I'm doing. So I beg everybody to calm down and bring their heads down to learn. Because you come into this industry with little money, but with much knowledge, you can come back with much money. But if you come into this industry with much money and little knowledge, I can bet you come back with no money or little money. And so please, everybody, sit down. If you don't understand, align with the person who invited you, and he's always going to be there to put you through, and then say, this is this. But there is nothing anybody can put you through when you are not involved. If you are not involved, say, assuming when I start, why don't you start so that I will tell you in practical language? Assuming by the time I start. So what if, and when I'm unable to, I say, this type of question is very hard to answer. So it has to be practical, and then you can get a practical answer. Please ask questions because we are shutting that right now. Any other new persons that don't understand, or even old people who there are things that are like a kind of misconception for you, so you can ask, please.
Hello?
Yeah. Dr. Demi? Yeah. While talking to Dr. Demi this morning, he shared the strategy he used at getting one of his big shots into the EDC project, and I would like him to just share that with us, in maybe a minute or two.
Oh, you know when you are talking, I was squeezing my face and I was like, which strategies from Silver talking about that? Yeah.
You don't want to share, Abi. You don't want to
No,
share.
I was
By so
going
many
to say that I don't understand what strategy is talking about that. I don't know what he's talking about.
God has catch you now.
45 days.
But I just remember.
He was telling
Okay,
me how
so
many accounts has done in less than 45 days. I was shocked. I was really, really shocked, because even me, that I've been on the platform since March, I don't have such number of accounts. I was shocked, really, really, really shocked. So I just want you to share with us, what he did, and
Okay.
Observer, we can't hear you anymore.
Sorry, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Sorry, I'm also new on this platform.
Okay.
So I would like to ask if any good, maybe reliable application that you can also buy this EDC, because I have some friends that's maybe
sorry, please,
I'm
what's your name,
mixing
sir?
up.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Olalekan, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You say
So,
reliable. So I don't understand reliable applications.
yeah, maybe reliable internet, maybe website that they do sell this EDC.
Okay.
We are working on something. Right now, if you want to buy, you can buy on about 12 exchanges worldwide. I think Mr. Felix mentioned them earlier on. The most capitalized is Bitz, so I use them. I think the next in rank is actually Yobit. A lot of people on this network use Yobit, but I use Bitz because the execution is very fast and they have volume most of the time. The other ones are the ones you can see the shared screen. And
Thank you
what
so
you can
much.
see there is the relative volume for each of them. I think the newest on the block is Dex Trade. They just started about a month ago. I don't know if they have any volume. So on these websites, you can trade your Bitcoin for EDC. On Bitz, you can trade your USD Theta for EDC. USD Theta is a coin that is attached to the US dollar.
Okay, thank you so much. I will definitely ask Popsy about everything.
So, Observer, the strategy that you're talking about. So I was talking to this person. The person is an accountant, of course, more experienced than me professionally, and older as well. So the risk aversion is very high, meaning people like that don't like to take risk. So I've spoken to him about 2 months. So one day I was just thinking, I was like, you know what? Why do I keep talking to this guy? So while I was trying to open new accounts, I just opened one in his name and funded it with 30,000 EDC and started leasing. So 2 days after, we started talking again. So it's not like he's not interested, but it was, doubts, all the things, fears of the unknown and everything. How do I get my money out? Is this real? All the regular questions. So I showed him the screen from my phone. I said, that account is your account. I opened it in your name. And I opened it 3 days ago. And I showed him the accruals. The guy just brought out his calculator. He's like calculating the daily accrual. I said, what? Are you saying this is over 100% to ROI. I said, bros, calm down. It's even more than that. So now he's in the process of trying to introduce with his friends to come and teach them and all that, and tell them what they need to do. So that strategy, I mean, if you have spare coins, especially people in their diaspora, they're proving funny. Open an account for them. It's still your money. You have the bring key and everything. Send them the link and let them, then talk. Because the problem people have is they cannot conceptualize the idea of unseen money. But what we don't realize is we're already spending unseen money since the days of ATM. Here now, ATM has gone further by using contactless. So you can pay with your phone, you can pay with your Apple Watch. So we're already in that era of unseen money. People are not just aware of it yet. And that's, whether we like it or not, that's the future of money. Money is going to be purely electronic in the future.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
So I think we've done a lot of justice to the necessary thing. That the next thing now is just everybody to get back to, whatever your source is and get started. And I would like to recap and round up by saying this. We're going to have a lot of people, although I wouldn't say everybody should, because I'm not a good marketer, and I'm not a very good person at all. I know I'm not a good person because there are questions they will ask me when I'm trying to be. I've been trying to be generous. I'm not a generous person. So I'm forcing myself to be generous. When it comes to crypto, I'm not generous at all, and because I'm very economical with my words when it comes to cryptocurrency. I love giving people. I love giving people analysis. I love giving people analysis of what has happened, and then I'm trying to picture what is going to happen to him, because it looks as if I'm just trying to, sweet talk him to something that he's not interested in. So anybody who is still in we need to do more education for people to understand assets of crypto than the fiat dollar or naira value of any crypto. That's what is killing a lot of people. Little do they know, 1 year, 2 years is gone down the line and they are still floating. They don't have the base of any crypto project that they can say they hold on to. And so you see that, just like we use example of that man that is earning about 1.something million. He had been on EDC since 2016. He never left for anywhere. And so he sat there. Right now, somebody will now want to struggle. Like I have a client in Port Harcourt who tell me, say, I want to beat your record. You say, well, we're in a free world. Your own is not stopping my own. Neither is my own stopping your own. So you fire on. So as much as possible, when people are still having this misunderstanding of, if I put in 200,000, I think that 10% they are paying on my 200,000. This is not a salary of a pension. Like I told us some of us in our last week. So if you don't know today, especially if you are Nigerian. And Tango, I love, as a doctor added it to, I don't want to go bigger in global. So I have to do it local. So I hope you know your pension, what about how many billion naira, and 85% of it have been borrowed by the federal government. If you don't know today. So some of you that, hey, my pensionable, I hope a security is pensionable. Your pension that you have been working on and then starving yourself. If your main salary cannot even take care of yourself, how much more the pension that you are now more fragile than where you are still active? Then the pension now, 85% of it is borrowed. So only 15% is left. I'm not sure, maybe they have not collected the 15%. But that's more reason why you follow through very difficult procedure or process of documentation. This is somebody who have retired for the past 3 or 4 years, have not been able to collect a dime. They say his head has not straight. He put cap when he was entering. Now he didn't wear the cap again. Where has cap gone to? Let it go and bring that cap. He brought him when he was coming into work and all of that. So this is the industry that's emerging that anybody can sit down. Please learn. If you don't understand, ask. Don't use this. Don't spread ignorance. I've met a lot of people who have been spreading ignorance. I'm a chartered accountant. I've done I can and I cannot. I say, okay, that one cannot solve the problem. This is not a conventional environment. And the problem we're having today, financial problem, is very abnormal. You need an abnormal approach. And crypto is an abnormal system. It's not a regular system. Thank God for Oxford Dictionary. I think the only thing you can find about crypto in Oxford Dictionary is Satoshi now, the smallest unit of Bitcoin. But you are not asking somebody, because he's an accountant, he's chartered. No. You just need to humble yourself, come down, and take the new curriculum, and let us move ahead. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So do I have it?
Please, the recorded version of
it
the
will
recorded
be
version.
Yeah,
Please make it available.
Yeah.
Qualify.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your time. There's a guy who was expecting to be on this call, Edward, but he's not here. Funny enough, it was what I even keep the timing, for us. But anyway, it's okay. If he's not here, we can actually share the recorded version with him as well, and every other person. Thank you so much. Our normal meeting today is an unusual meeting.
Yeah.
Our normal meetings hold on Sundays. When the link is out for that, we definitely send it out to everyone. Thank you so much, and have a very good night rest, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.